Well, from Super Sport 600, next up on the lid for the grid for 8 laps is our Pro Twin class. So looking forward to our Jeff Marshall Motorcycles Suzuki of Ashburton at home on West Street on the bypass in Ashburton, Ash Vegas, and Jeff Marshall Suzuki. Proud to be supporting this class, Pro Twin 650 away. Oh, a real juicy start here from the 16 on the outside. And unfortunately, man, if that had just come off for him, it would have been great, but it was too much in the air, and he then quickly had to drop the throttle off, so he lost that split second to use that as an advantage from the outside of the grid. Love this layered grid, so you've actually got a true advantage for being in pole position, as well as getting a championship point. You also have an opportunity, of course, to just be that little bit in front of your nearest rival, so giving you a true advantage, and not the days of just the straight line. And a lot of people said, well, one's on the inside, but isn't it better when you're actually on the outside? You've got less of an arch of the corner to go through at turn number 1, so it was argued that 4th place was even better than 1st place. But now with the layered grid certainly giving that bike length advantage in there to each of those competitors. So Jeff Marshall Motorcycles Pro Twins out there, and Royd Walker-Holt had the opportunity just to confirm with Royd. It's listed as being from Papakura. That's the closest city to where he lives. It's Kawakawa Bay, which is over on the Firth of Thames, so about 20 minutes, half an hour through the countryside from Papakura. So he's Auckland East as compared to the Kumeu people who are Auckland West. Probably to get from Kumeu to Kawakawa Bay would be probably 2 hours drive in real Auckland traffic, but an hour's drive directly. But all part of the greater super city, as now they're calling it in Auckland. There we go, Royd Walker-Holt, this young man that's making a real name for himself. He's a welder by trade. He's doing truck bodies at the moment. It's a young 18-year-old Royd Walker-Holt making a real name for himself. Was exceptional through the Suzuki series, and as an 18-year-old taking on the streets of Whanganui. A lot of young stars leave their street racing till a little bit later in their career, but he's taken that all on board as part of it, and he's now turned that into some good results in this Pro Twin lineup. So well done to the young 18-year-old from Kawakawa Bay, courtesy of Dukic Performance and Drury Performance Centre. So each of 2 good sponsors behind this young man, Royd Walker-Holt, making a name for himself. Doug Stockwell, we knew how good Doug was yesterday, but he had Nick Southerwood with him in a good battle yesterday. But today it's Sarah Elliott, and she had a good day yesterday, Spider.
Well, we were saying it was the ride of her series yesterday. Well, she's gone one better so far, and she's now up into 3rd place. In fact, I didn't recognise who it was on the bike, and I'm going, it can't be Sarah Elliott. No offence to her, but it is Sarah Elliott, and she's sitting there in a solid 3rd place. Points-wise, Royd Walker-Holt's got a country mile there. Well, 102 points. The battle is on for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Doug Stockwell 62, Jordan Knowles on 57, Nick Southerwood on 56, and that's where the battle is for the minor places. Of course, it is early in the season. I don't want to jinx it now. Royd Walker-Holt is out there doing 112s. In the 113s, we've got Sarah Elliott and Doug Stockwell. So Sarah will be absolutely wrapped. So will her partner Rob, doing double duties this weekend. Also riding the 250 production. She crashed last weekend, so she's sitting in the points at, where is she? She's 8. She's bike number 8 and 8th on the points. But right now, this 3rd place on the track will get her right up that points list as well. But who can touch that man right out in the front? Royd Walker-Holt, sponsored by Drury Performance Centre. He helps him out with tyres. Also races classic bikes along with his old man. I think it's Dave Walker-Holt. He was at Rapuna last weekend to watch his son take not 1, not 2, but 3 New Zealand points races, and also the prestigious GP title. Unfortunately, he couldn't come down this weekend, but no, he'll be listening on CTAS live timing at home and cheering his son on. So Royd Walker-Holt spent a lot of time with him this week. He's mixing around with David Hall and Dan Meetham. They're young teenagers, playing up a bit, but they're focused on their riding as well, and just got to keep the concentration level be the difficult thing, just concentrating. There's a 9-lap race here. Both of the races today for the 650 Pro Twins are 9-lappers.
And for those of you as spectators today that are saying, man, I like to follow the series and follow some of these riders, you might meet some of them, might see their bikes, say, I'm going to take a bit of a support for this young person. Well, you can follow racing if you're not here today through CTAS, and those listening on the commentary will already be on CTAS, so that's the name to go to, CTAS, and make sure that that's the website that you're looking at, because you've got live commentary, you've got video coverage, and you've got the results. You can't ask for anything more. So tell the world about CTAS, and whether you've got cousins or brothers, sisters, whatever, and anywhere around the world, Australia or the likes, for the families and supporters and friends of our sport, you tell them to go to CTAS, and that's where they can follow this racing. So our huge thanks to Grant at the CTAS. Just an absolute revolution of what he's taken for our sport, for the media presentation, and showing more of us that there's actually more people watching online than there is actually at the events these days. And good morning to our spectators, those of you up on your camper vans out and about there. Great to have you with us. Thank you for getting a grandstand view. And don't worry about what the locals say. They don't know about the weather. It's not going going to rain today, folks. Going to be a fantastic day. Not too hot nor too cold. Enjoying a beautiful day of the best sport in the world, motorcycle racing.
Hey, there's one of the gems of our class here. Angela Bunk, one of the two ladies out there. We've got Nikki Smith on the Kiwi Bike Insurance sponsored Kawasaki, the only Kawasaki there. Angela Bunk had a crash yesterday and she had a problem with a kill switch, I think, yesterday, siren rider. She's a high rope abseiler for a living, and talking to her, she's off to Nepal shortly to go and do some mountain climbing and that. And what a lot of life that young girl's got, and what a hell of a lot of life. And we called her into her old man into our tent last night to have a beer, and she come along and we spent some time. So number 96 out there, Angela Bunk at the tail of the field, but one of the biggest smiles on there. Kiwi Bike Insurance, that's a great product. If you want your bike insured, that's good. Dave Hewer, the owner, is on a tour around the South Island with Carl Cox that sponsors number 18. They've redirected their tour to come to Timaru here this weekend to have a look at the bikes and support their riders. So it's called Kiwi Bike Insurance is also sponsoring number 18 Barry Smith and Robbie Shorter and Rogan Chandler on 15. I called him as 56 yesterday, but he's running 15. So thank you, Kiwi Bike Insurance. And Roy Walker Holt still out in the front there. He's got he's got a hell of a lead there, but he's got to keep his concentration level there. We're looking out for Doug Stockwell in second place, followed by a hard-charging Sarah Elliott.
All right, so check it out. In fact, Timaru International Raceway, they call it levels here, folks, and a bit of a guided tour around the circuit. This is the Des Seeger Motors lane here, the start area down into the Par & Co S's. We go around that Castrol curve, and isn't it beautiful? Because the way it tightens as it goes in, but then it just eases up as it comes out. We go along the Alpine Energy back straight and make a scorching run down to John Jones Steel Corner. We go through McKissick Curve, and for those of you that have got the wisdom and you've already gone there, but if you're spectators, don't just necessarily stay in the same place all day. Go for a wander and go all the way down through the back of the pitch. You can stop into the pits and talk and see people on the way, and then check out the spectating viewing at the top end of the pits and see McKissick Curve through to Carter's Valuation and back down here through to our S's and the Des Seeger Motors start straight. So nice tour of this fantastic levels circuit that we follow here. Reminder, of course, this is courtesy of Jeff Marshall Motorcycles, the home of Suzuki, at home in Ashburton. They're right on the bypass, the main highway, or 187 West Street as the locals know it as, and you can give them an email at jeffmarshallsuzuki.co.nz. Great website to find out what's happening in the world of Suzuki at Ashburton. So there we go, and as Jeff himself is proving today, it's not just a matter of selling quads to farmers, it's about being involved in the road and the trail as well, and he's a man in the sport, by the sport, in the sport, for is competing as well. So nice to see. So there we have it with our update. Roy Walker Holt just blitzing them, absolutely blitzing them. The 18-year-old welder ahead of the 33 now, Doug Stockwell. Had a bit of a bite on his hands yesterday. There's Sarah, good work, maybe a change on the inside into the S's, and yes indeed to make it stick. So Jordan Knowles on 69 to squeeze his way up on the inside of Sarah. So good work there on the 69 bike. So that's hard stuff from Jordan out of Christchurch on the Mr. Sheds High Tech Service Centre, Ryan's Kitchens, Ed Stokes Limited, Telfa's Papanui and West Side Sliders in Pirelli proud to support the Suzuki SV650 rider. So good work by Jordan. Up on Sarah with Neil Martin and Richard Woodall in there. Also shout out to Aaron Shrell as well, because Aaron, a long-time sponsor and supporter, man about glass behind Dan Ormsby. Dan Ormsby taking a bit of a break at the moment. Dan's actually building his motorcycle training business. He's hiring on his a new person to work with him, so they're going to take that to a new level. So recognised as the #1 through ACC now in the South Island as motorcycle training for the future of riders on the roads. We're not talking about racing, although that can be part of it. So anybody that wants to make a safe start to motorcycle riding can go to Ruapuna and do some of those awesome Nick Ormsby classes. So Nick taking a break with his lovely partner and met his lovely daughter yesterday. So nice to see. And Aaron himself now deciding, well, hey, I've done the support behind Dan, I want to get out on a bike as well and go for a ride. Man about glass from Christchurch, Aaron Shrell.
Not sure what's happening here on the track, but I've got in the program Sunday races 11 and 16. 9 lappers. They've done 7 laps and the white flag's out, so 1 lap to go. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but in the meantime, everybody races to the flags. The white flag is out, and they know it is on the last lap. We see Angela Bunk goes through there, number 96, followed by Nikki Smith. Now, Nikki Smith took another scalp in the form of number 16, Nick Sutherwood. I went to bed about 1 o'clock in the Honda tent last night, and the team just decided they were going to rebuild a bike overnight, and I think I heard them around 3:34 this morning. So not going all his own way for Nick Sutherwood, but he's still out on the track. He'll come back in on fire and ready to rebuild a bike and get out there again. So Nikki Smith charges down the back straight. Angela Bunk tucked in there behind her. 2 lovely ladies of the sport. just enjoying themselves. This is Nicky's second season down south. Frenchie, her mechanic, just enjoys it as well, and they love the South Island, love the racing. It's a bit disappointing we don't have the third round down in Invercargill to make it a 2-week affair of it, but that's what it is at the moment.
Checkered flag, there we go, checkered flag in the win. Royd Walker-Holt, well done, superb victory for this young man, going places in New Zealand racing. 33 there for Doug Stockwell, all his own way today. It was a little tighter yesterday. Sarah still gets that fourth place, but Jordan Pipner for the third as we picked up on the last one. The 98 of Neil Martin going through as we glance down to 74, Robert Whittle, and now the scorched to the line, 7 by 48, they are Dean James and Aaron Schwell on that Man About Glass bike. So good work by Aaron. Man About Glass, Dyno Works. It's Synchro Staff Services in Avon City.